How you doing? I'm Darren with Kickin BBQ. If this is your first time to the channel, then welcome. If you've been here before, then welcome back. Today, I'm gonna be showing you how I make my delicious, smoky, thick pit beans. One thing's for sure, they're fantastic. Let's jump in and show you how we prep up this super simple recipe right now. All right, so the first thing we have to do to get our pit beans ready to go is get our bacon. Now you can put the bacon in there raw and let it cook as the beans cook. That's completely up to you. I like to put cooked bacon in, so that's what I'm doing. Plus, we're getting a little bit of smoky flavor on this bacon right here because we're gonna be cooking it on the smoker. Specifically, we're gonna be using the Z-Grill's 700D3. And I'm gonna season this bacon up with my honey chipotle because we're gonna be using that in this recipe. Use any good barbecue rub that you enjoy, but of course, this is what I recommend. So I'm just gonna get a little bit on each piece of bacon here. I'm gonna get them flipped over and repeat the process on the other side. All right, so now that we have the bacon all seasoned up, I'm gonna get this out onto the Z-Grills. I'm rocking at 275 degrees. Wanna get some nice smokiness on this and just get it cooked so it's cooked but soft on there. So I'm gonna get this out there and I'm gonna show you the next step in the process. We'll see you in a minute. All right, so the next step in the process here, we have some ground beef. Now, begin to be doing the same thing as the bacon and smoking this on the smoker before we add it to the beans. So I'm just gonna get this out of there. And this is 1.3 pounds. So a pound to a pound and a half is all you're gonna need. And I'm just gonna split this up. And what we're gonna do here is just kind of form these into like small patties. And these don't have to be perfect. We're just gonna get these pattied up, thrown onto the smoker, let them get some smoke flavor on them, and then we're gonna be breaking this all up and adding it to the beans. And that's just gonna help make this nice and tender, and it's gonna be really, really good. All right, so now that I have my patties made up, I'm just gonna season them. I'm gonna be using Tailgater's Barbecue Party Rub. You can use whatever like beefy rub you like or anything you like that's just gonna add some flavor to this meat and the beans once it's ground up. All right, so here are our patties. Like I said, we're just gonna smoke these at 275 degrees along with the bacon until they're done. And we're just doing this strictly to incorporate smoky flavor. If you want to cook this on the stovetop and season it up that way, it's completely up to you. But because we are cooking on a pellet grill, I want to try and get as much smoky flavor as we can in there. But this step, along with the bacon, is completely optional. And the nice thing about this recipe is you can do all this ahead of time and then just add everything to the beans, get it on the smoker the day of, and you're gonna have great smoked beans. We're doing it all at once today, so let's go get these out on the Z-Grills. All right, so we have the Z-Grill 700D3 rocking at 275 degrees. We already have the bacon on, and I am using Smoky Woods Ultimate Blend pellets today. Use whatever pellets you like, but the Smoky Woods are the best. Now, all we're gonna do is get this opened up. You can see the bacon is already on. We're just gonna get our patties on right now. There we go. I'm gonna shut this down and I'm gonna come back and check all of this in an hour. I don't really care if these patties get overdone because we're gonna be shredding it up. They'll be just fine, but I wanna check them in about an hour, so we'll see you then. All right, so 1 hour later, you can see burgers are looking good. Well, I guess ground beef's looking good. Bacon is looking awesome. See that dancing in there? Looking so good. So I'm gonna get these off, bring them inside, and let them cool while we prep up the rest of our beans. See you in the house. All right, so now that we have the bacon and what is soon to be the ground meat cooked and cooling off right now, we're gonna add our beans. I'm just using the Bush's Original. It's a tried and true classic. It's delicious, so that's what I'm going with. If you wanna be extra and make your own beans, certainly go for it, but this is what I'm rolling with. All right, and to these beans, I have a red pepper, a green pepper, and a white onion. Use a sweet onion, use whatever you want. It's up to you. I used half of a very large one, so if you have a smaller one, use the whole thing, but that's what we're adding next. Now I'm just gonna get everything kind of incorporated here, or start to. All right, and here is our patties, or what is going to be our ground meat. They look really good, nice color. You could eat these as a burger. I love smoked burgers. But I'm just gonna shred this up and get it all incorporated. Like I said, this was about 1.3 pounds of beef. Use as much or as little as you would like, but this is just gonna add some really nice smoky flavor into this. And like I said, they get a little overdone. Like this is a little further than I like to take my burgers. Not a big deal because it's gonna be soaking in all these nice beans and vegetables and everything else, so you're not even gonna notice it. It's gonna be amazing. I'm just gonna get this all incorporated now. Next, I'm coming in with some brown sugar, and this is probably gonna be, I'd say, about half a cup to a cup. You can always add more, and my brown sugar has had a hole in the bag, so it's a little firm, but it's definitely gonna melt down in the smoker, so I'm really not worried about that. All right, so at this point, we gotta get a little barbecue flavor in there, and the first thing we're gonna be adding to that is Suckle Buster's Original Barbecue Sauce. It's a really great sauce, classic barbecue flavor, so I'm just gonna add probably about half a cup in there. Next, I want a little heat, so I'm going with the Puck's Habanero Heat, and I have probably about a quarter to a half cup left in this bottle, so I'm just going with that. You can do all this to taste and adjust later if you want. There's no specific measurements, just kind of the base. Make it your own. This is a fun cook to kind of experiment with some new flavors, so that's what I'm rocking with. Next, we need a little bit of barbecue rub, and I am using my honey chipotle. Nice sweet heat for this, and do it to taste. I would say this is probably gonna be about a quarter of a cup or so, maybe a little less. Just like that. Next, I have 4 pieces of that bacon we smoked up. You can add more if you want, but all I'm gonna do is just take a kitchen shears and trim them up into small pieces. It's not completely, I mean, it's cooked, you could eat it, but there's still a lot of fat in here that can render out, and that bacon grease is just gonna add a little bit of flavor. If you cooked your bacon a little too long, you could reserve some of that bacon fat and just add it in there. I won't need to do it on this, so I'm not going to, but that's an option for you. All right, I'm gonna get this all mixed up and incorporated. All right, and the last thing we're gonna add is some yellow mustard. I know it seems weird, but probably about a quarter cup there. If you have mustard powder, use that instead. I thought I had some mustard powder. I don't. You can use both, but I think the mustard powder just has a little bit better flavor than the mustard, but it's completely up to you. Use what you got. These are still gonna be fantastic, but I was really hoping I had the mustard powder, so it is what it is. I'm gonna get this just kind of mixed up and incorporated here. All right, and check that out. These are ready to go on the smoker. I'm still rocking at 275 degrees. If you wanna cook them for a long time, go 225, 250. It's up to you. I'm hoping to have these done in about 3-4 hours at 275, maybe even a little less. Let's go and get them out on the Z-Grills right now. All right, the Z-Grills is still rocking at 275. It is time. We are going to get these beans on smack dab in the center, and we are just gonna let them go for at least 2 hours before we even come out and check them. So I'll see you in 2 hours. All right, so it has been 2 hours. The beans are warm. They've taken on a little bit of color, but they're not quite where I want them to be. So I'm just gonna keep letting them go. I'm thinking maybe another hour to an hour and a half, and these are gonna be right where we want them. But man, they smell amazing. Just look at that. Looking absolutely beautiful. Definitely nice and hot. Everything is incorporating and getting some good flavor up in there. So I'm just giving them a quick mix. Like I said, I haven't touched them in 2 hours, so just giving them a quick mix. I'm gonna get this shut down, and I'm gonna let them go for another hour to an hour and a half. And when I come back and check them, I'll let you know how long it's been. See you then. All right, so it has been another hour. You can see we have a lot more color on these beans. We got some bubbling and some fat popping here. They are looking really good. Let's just, oh yeah, check that out. They are looking so good. They will thicken up a little bit as they start cooling, so I'm not too concerned about that. But man, that looks amazing. And it smells wonderful. So I'm gonna get these off, let them cool for a little bit, and then best part, we get to do the taste test. We'll see you in a little bit. All right, y'all, check out these beans right here. Nice and thick, looking absolutely amazing. They smell fantastic. They smell nice and smoky. That Z-Grills did a fantastic job of smoking these up. Just check that out. You could dang well eat these things as a meal just by how loaded they are, but they make a fantastic side dish. If you don't want to add hamburger, you can add brisket in there. Whatever you want to do, I really invite you to customize this and make them your own, because you can go a lot of different directions on this. So let's get some dished up. All right, so I'm gonna get some in a bowl right here. Just like that. Oh, they look so good. Check that out. Doesn't that look absolutely amazing? I love the color of the red peppers. I know it's not really traditional, but it looks absolutely amazing. It just adds a little bit of brightness to it. What you could do is throw a little bit of slices of jalapeno on top just to decorate it up. But yeah, that looks amazing. All right, I can't wait any longer. Let's jump out and let's do the taste test. All right, it is the moment of truth. We are gonna try these pit beans, and I cannot wait. Looking absolutely perfect. They smell good. Smells a little bit of heat in there, but a lot of sweet and a lot of smoke. Let's go for it. All right. Right off the bat, I got a nice piece of smoky burger in there. Fantastic. I also got a good bit of sweet on the front end, which I really enjoy. And now on this back end, I'm getting a little bit of heat from that puck sauce. Man, this is so good. Like I said, this could be a meal in itself right now, but this is a fantastic side dish if you're hosting any type of event, party, barbecue, whatever. You can't go wrong with these pit beans. The smokiness, the softness of the beans and the vegetables and the bacon, it all just works out so well. And there is minimal heat in this. We use my rub, which is a sweet heat rub. A little bit of heat on the back end. It is fantastic. Got another piece of that smoky burger and meat in there. Unreal. Just so much more flavor when you smoke the bacon, smoke the burger. You just can't go wrong with this recipe. It's so balanced. It's sweet, it's savory, little bit of heat, smokiness. Everything's nice and tender. You don't even need teeth to enjoy this. One more bite here. All right, guys, that is all I got for you. Highly recommend giving this one a try. And like I said, make it your own. That is the fun part about cooking, is taking a recipe, using it as a base, and making it your own. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell, stay safe, and we will see you next time.